everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi, Dr. Nick. Anyway, oh my god. Not that filming, that was the biggest gulp. I should not be gulping in this mic. Pause. I swear there's like 7 billion people honking outside. Like, be so for real right now. Basically, I just wanted to yap. Sue me. Hi, everyone. Welcome to my pilot video. This is like Imani's YouTube channel. Pilot. Episode 1. You know the vibes. Like an intro video, like to introduce myself. Introduce yourself. No way. Introduce yourself. Okay. Folded immediately. Shabuya. Shabuya roll call. Shabuya. Shabuya roll call. My name is Brittany. Get out my face. I don't think that's what she says. This is like introducing me. Introducing me. I'm never just a dog to watch my food, and I like to use the word dude as a noun or an adverb or an adjective, and I've never really been into cars. I like really cool guitars and superheroes and checks with lots of zeros on them. I love the sound of violins and making someone smile. Introducing me. That's me right now. Have you guys even heard that song? Because it feels like you haven't. Why is no one singing along? You know Nick Jonas from Camp Rock? Camp Rock. Camp Rock. How embarrassing that the first thing I'm saying on my channel at 25 years old is from Camp Rock. I don't know how to sit. I forgot how to sit. So I'm probably going to be yapping away for about 2 hours. Yeah. I don't know how to take this standoff, so ignore that, okay? I've got my like almonds and dates here, little snack, ASMR. Oh, it's like squishy. Don't you start. Well, my whole day's ruined. Look. That's how I'm gonna hold it. I don't want to hear a word. I hope you can't hear the mowing going on in the background. That would suck. That would suck ass. Starbucks opened up down the road. Yay for me. Not yay for my bank account. But that's the first one I've gotten. It's not like I've gotten like so many of them. It just opened up like a week ago. I really hope you can't hear that mowing or I'm gonna actually be mad because like, why are you mowing right now? This is my time. If you can hear that mowing, I'm going to kill myself. If you can hear the mowing, imagine I keep saying that and you can't even hear the mowing. That would be great. Basically, I wanted to do this video first before I just like jump into other videos because I just wanted to yap. I wanted to get all my yapping out so that the other videos aren't so insufferable. My name is Brittany. I cheer so strong. And when I shake it, you better bring it on. Shabuya, shabuya, break it down there. Refreshed. By the way, the reason why I have my MacBook right there and I'm like looking at it all the time is because I've written down over the years, like this is a years long list, things I want to say on my YouTube channel. So it's probably gonna be all over the place, but that's very me, so it kind of makes sense to just read out all the things that I wanted to say, get them out of the way. I have no idea what's on this list, but I'm just gonna go through them. and we'll see how this video goes. It's gonna be a long ride because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. What am I getting that from? Oh, Harry Potter. The bus in Harry Potter. Gonna be a bumpy ride. I also from this video like want to get some ideas of what you guys want to see. Like I have a lot of ideas, but at the same time I do want to get steered into the right direction of like what people actually want to see. So after this you'll see my empty house tour video, and then after that will be my clothes video. So it's like try on all the clothes I own and see what I want to keep or donate. So those are my next two videos. After that I haven't filmed yet, but like I have ideas. I'll just have to figure out what I want to do next. I have ideas of doing like budgeting and like transparency about like my mortgage and how much money I paid and all that stuff. What to expect when building a house. I don't know. I feel like that could be helpful for people. I got that idea from someone online who I follow. I don't know her real name, but her Instagram and stuff is Smiley Citrus, I think. So shout out to her. And if you want that info now, she does that, so you could go straight to her. I'm also thinking of doing cooking videos and like my Sunday reset of the house videos, because I do a deep clean every Sunday. Well, I mean, I try to. I don't know if I always do. That's some ideas. So give me other ideas if you want. I'll also probably do a video of like questions. So I'll just like put in a question box and get you to ask me some questions. This is how I test that I can hear myself in the mic. I always do this song. Are you ready?
I think it goes like this.
Genuinely forgot. What's the song? Forgot the song I was gonna do. I'm gonna have to actually search it up. When my time comes around, lay me gently in the cold dark earth. No grave could hold my body down. I'll crawl home to her. And that is what I do. But you know what's so funny about that? I sent a test video to Tia to be like, oh my god, I figured the mic out. I was like so proud of myself. She's like, yeah, like so good. But just so you know, it's no grave can hold my body down, not no weight. I was like, no weight could hold my body down. And she was like, yeah, it's no grave. So better get that right in the real thing. I was like, oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Which is really crazy. And I'm about to sound like a pick-me, but like lyrics are my thing. Like I know lyrics. If I know one thing, it's lyrics, let me tell you. That's like my one flex in life. Let me have it and go. Honestly, this whole YouTube channel is probably just like a test to see if my personality is repulsive. I had a lot of people say like, oh, when I first met you, I thought you'd be a bitch. So that's why I didn't like you. You just assumed that. I was like, oh, that's great. So I don't know what to do about that. But in school, I had that a lot. Like I had a lot of people come up to me. I'm thinking of one person in particular. Maybe they remember doing this. If they're watching, probably not. They said to me like, when I first like saw you and met you, I thought you'd be really bitchy, but you're actually really nice. I get that constantly. I'm nice to everyone unless they're not nice to me. As soon as someone isn't nice to me, uh-oh, it's over for you. I feel like people meet me and they go, yeah, I'm not gonna like her. But I don't know why. I'm like, what is it? What is it about me? I'm actually curious. So this is just an opportunity to see like, if people get to know my personality, do they still not like me? Then we have a problem.
Do you guys hate me? Are you guys mad at me or what?
I go to Jack every single day.
Are we best friends or what? Are we best friends or what?
I say it to Tia now because she lives here too, so yay Tia. Girls want to be a date? They're sleeping. Really? Delicious. I've got to search up if dogs are allowed to have dates before I put this on the internet. Harley, please, please. Not off the bed. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean off the bed. If I click to the girls, it means off the bed. On. Jump back on. Up. Not over here. Over there. Come here. Good girl. Good girl. You're a good girl. You're a good girl.
Are you guys mad at me? Be serious.
Not the direct stare at the camera. I hope you're all comfortable. We're going to actually get into the meat now. Grab some snacks. I actually planned to have popcorn for this, but I ate it yesterday. So that didn't happen. Okay, this is my dream. I post this video, introduction video. Everyone's like, I'm hooked. Love this girl. The goal for this video, 19 mil. Fingers crossed. Cross your fingers for me, all three of you. Anyway, the reason I wrote down things to say in this video specifically is because I was like, when people ask me about myself, I really don't have much to say. Like, I'm an executive assistant. That's my job. I have 2 little gorgeous girls. My partner's name's Jack. My best friend is my sister named Tia. And Jack is my best friend too.
Are we best friends or what?
I like to sing and play guitar, even though I'm really bad at it. And I just built this house. That's a cool one. Not by myself, not with my bare hands, but I designed it and paid for it. So there's that. I have 13 siblings. Yes, you heard that correctly. 13 siblings. They're not all full. I have 2 half siblings, and then how many full? I don't even fucking know at this point. Only 4. I have 4 full siblings, 2 half siblings, which I don't see as half. The rest, I don't know, however many left, are step siblings, which I also see as my siblings. A bit less because I'm like, I know they're step. I still see them as my siblings. Growing up, it was really fun. Like, we'd all do a lot together, and I have a lot of cousins, and we'd all do a lot together. But I loved it overall. I don't want to have 13 kids, but I want to have like 3. It's so like not much compared. Some people only have like 1 or 2 kids these days, so
In this economy, you can't afford to have more kids.
yeah, I don't really know what I say. Like, I'm trying to think of everything I would say if someone asked me about myself. You know what's so funny? As I'm saying that, I'm looking at something in this box and it says choir captain. Yeah, I was choir captain. Yeah, Miss Garfield. Garfield? Jesus Christ. I think her name was Miss Garland. I'm so sorry if I'm getting that wrong. Not that she's watching this video. This is how I got choir captain, I'm pretty sure. One day I went into the music room. I was like, Miss, I want to sing a song for you. And I sang The Climb. Shout out Miley Cyrus. She loved that shit, let me tell you. And then next thing I know, I'm choir captain. And everyone was pissed. This was in primary school, so I think like usually the year 7s, which now year 7's high school, but when I was back in my day, year 7 was primary school. Year 7s were the choir captain, but I think I was like in year 5 or 4 or something. And she made me choir captain, and then I was just choir captain year after year until I got to year 7, and that did piss some people off. But hey, gotta be in it to win it, you guys. Who else sang a song for Miss Garland? I tried to be school captain. I did a little speech. I put my name down. I was like, I'm gonna be school captain. I'm going way off topic, but it's the law, you know. This is how I became who I am. I absolutely choked when I was doing my speech. Absolutely choked. The guy who won, I still remember his speech. That's how good it was. He ate that up. Look, he deserved it. And who you gonna call William Lee? That's all I gotta say. His speech was like, I don't remember the whole speech. That would be actually psychopathic. But he did a whole bit of like saying about Ghostbusters and like, who you gonna call Ghostbusters? He like got everyone to say that, and then he goes, well, I'm here to say, who you gonna call? William Lee. And we all ate it up. But I was choir captain, so what's more important really when you weigh them up? I was also Lindsay house captain, which is like the red color house. I was Lindsay house captain and Lindsay vice captain, because we couldn't get a vice captain. I was both at one point, but I was like vice, and then I was house, and then I was both. And I won the citizenship award. So who's the real winner here? William Lee. And then I went to high school, and I can't remember if I just never tried to be in the student council, or if I tried and they were like, we think you're not the best suited for that. Oh, I definitely didn't try to go school captain. That was my friend Katie. Shout out Katie. Ate that up. While we're on the topic, I kind of did horribly in primary school, like to start with. I specifically remember being bad at like comprehension. That sounds so bad. I couldn't comprehend anything. Like something to do with like English, they had comprehension. And I don't know really what that means still to this day. I was getting like C's or something in comprehension. And then I remember my mom being like, all right, we need to work on comprehension. And we did, and then I got A's. So, bit of an overachiever. In high school, I was in AFL. So I've played AFL for like 9 years. I played from primary school to high school and then out of high school a little bit. So that would be my main sport. My school was an AFL academy school. And because AFL was one of my classes, I missed out on a bunch of like the extra classes that everyone's meant to do. I never did like history or biology or like metalwork or drama or business. The important things, I feel like, and I didn't get to choose either. Like it was just like whatever worked with my schedule because I was in AFL, and the classes that were on during AFL I couldn't do, obviously. I feel like that hindered me a little bit. I would have gotten more into like, I reckon I would have been a lawyer. So by the end of school, the plan was to be a dietitian and a personal trainer. Because I got my like Cert 3 in fitness, and I did like the classes. Well, I thought I did the classes I needed for dietetics, but apparently I did not. I will get into that in a second. So like year 12, my classes were Cert 3 in fitness, HPE, chemistry, OP English, Maths B, Maths C, because people told me I couldn't do Maths C, so I had to prove them wrong. And I don't know what else, but like, yeah. And I also had physics. I started with physics, and then I think I went to the Cert 3 in fitness because I was like, oh, I don't really want to do physics. Let's talk about Maths C for a second. So at the end of year 10, they give you this thing that like tells you what math you should go into in year 11 and 12. And you could get one that says like, definitely do Math B and C. Like my friend Tiana, very smart, OP1, she got that. She was like the best at maths. She got definitely do Math B and C. I think I got definitely do Math B, Math C optional. Sorry, I'm such a genius. There weren't many people in our Math C class. There was like 10 people in our Math C class. And everyone was saying to me like, don't do Math C. And I just wanted to prove everyone wrong. Basically, I didn't care to do it. I just went, oh, everyone thinks I can't do it. Let me show you. So first term, got an A-. And then for the rest of the year, I got C's. I was barely hanging on. Yeah, I think that really affected my OP. Okay, so this is where the biology part comes in. I went to uni and I did like anatomy, which by the way, like real dead bodies that we were like cutting up and shit. Crazy. No one believes me that in my like first term of anatomy in uni, we were with like cadavers. I say cadavers. I don't know if it's cadavers or cadavers, but anyway, we were literally like looking at humans that were cut up and like cutting them up and looking at them. My like most favorite memory of uni was when we were in anatomy. We had this class and the teacher asked us to point out the clitoris on like a cadaver. I'm gonna say a cadaver. If it's wrong, I don't care. I say cadaver. I feel like people say cadaver. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna say cadaver through this whole thing, and if that upsets you, not my problem. So the teacher was like, okay, can someone please point out the clitoris? And Harrison, straight to it, don't know why, he pointed out the wrong thing. And here's the thing, right? He goes there, And the teacher's like, no, that's the urethra or something. I don't know. But like, how funny is that, right? Serge and I lose our shit. We're like having to step away from the class because we're dying over the fact that he's just said this. And the whole rest of the class is so serious. I'm just like, are you for real? Like, do you understand what just happened? But like, why was he so confident? Like, you didn't have to say anything. You didn't have to volunteer. So funny. That's crazy that was my best moment. But my least favorite moment of uni was when I had to do a group assignment. Traumatizing. I lost my train of thought. Yeah. In uni, I did anatomy, cells, tissues, and regulation, and chemistry. And in CTR, it was basically biology, right? And it said at the front of the like workbook that we were given, if you did not study biology in high school, you will not pass this class. I was like, oh, that's funny. Why did no one tell me that maybe I shouldn't be doing the subject? It literally said, if you didn't study biology in high school, you will not pass. And they were right. I passed anatomy and I passed chemistry, which I was really surprised about chemistry because chemistry was easier in uni than it was in school. And that could be because the teachers in high school made their diagrams not visible to the human eye. I don't know, chemistry in uni was so easy. I was shocked actually. But then anatomy was hard, but I passed. CTR, biology basically, not even close. So this is actually how I got the job that I'm doing now. I was sitting in an engineering lecture. I did not do engineering. My partner at the time was doing engineering. And I was like, I would just sit in his lectures and he would sit in mine sometimes. Engineering made more sense to me than biology. So I was sitting in an engineering lecture and I was like researching just like words that I related to. I was like, organization. That's all. Organization, helping people, like all these things. And personal assistant came up and I was like, that's it. That's so me. I don't know why. I just went, yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Shout out to my stepsister Zoe. She worked at the place I work at now, and she like let me know about a traineeship that was coming up and all that. So shout out to her. And now I'm an executive assistant, so I surpassed my expectations. I have bigger goals than that, but yeah. And then now I'm on my YouTube journey because I kind of thought like, I'm getting up there. I'm getting a bit old. I've always wanted to do this and I might as well do it now. Like, what better time? Okay, I should tell the story of my group project in uni. And I hope the people in my group are watching this video so they know how horrible they are. So basically this is what happened. I'll try and tell it as quickly as I can. So the way they like assigned our groups, like made us a group email and said like, these are your people. So we hadn't met any of them. It just showed our names and that's it. And like my name sounds foreign, right? Okay, so the people in my group, there was like 2 older white people, 1 older lady, not older, she was probably like 35. I was like 18 or 17 or something, like, so she felt old to me. And then the guy was probably also the same age. I felt like they were old. They were old to me. Like they looked like they'd approved a few expense reports in their time. Me, and then 2 African people around my age. So like all 3 of us were about the same age, and then there were the 2 older people. The reason why I'm like saying their race is because my first name's African and their names were like African names. So it looked like when you hadn't met us that all 3 of us were African. And I think those 2 older people hated that. They just went, oh, we hate those 3 people. Sorry? Like, oh my God. We plan to meet up in the library, and off the bat, you can tell The two older people hate the three of us. Like, they do not want to be in a group with the three of us. Which, like, I can kind of understand. Like, they're older. They're, like, taking this really seriously. We're fresh out of school. But, like, I still am going to take it seriously. They just assumed about the three of us that we weren't going to do a good job, and they ran with it. So we start doing it. No one's really doing shit. So I start assigning people things. It's like a poster presentation. You guys do that. You guys do that. Sound good? Everyone agreed. I get the work back from the people, and it was terrible. I was like, how am I meant to write an intro and conclusion? Like, you've given me nothing. So then I say to them, okay guys, I think we're gonna have to like interview a professor here. What do we call professors in Australia? I don't know. We're gonna have to interview one to like get this information, right? And then we can put it in our presentation and it'll be good. I like contact someone from the university, a professor, interview them. Everyone else came with me, but they didn't really speak. Except for the two people that were my age, they were great. The two older people weren't doing shit. I basically do the whole poster up on my own. Send it to the group and go, hey, what do you guys think of this? Like, put in your notes and we'll like fix it up. Next thing I know, I get an email from my professor of that class that says the two older people have complained about us three, that we're not doing enough work, and that they want us kicked out of the group. They're going to be their own group and take the work we've already done, the whole thing, and we have to start fresh. Do you know how mad I was? This is my introduction to uni as well. It was like 1 week left till it was due. So I emailed back the professor with proof that I set up the interview. I planned all these things. Anything I could prove that was my work, I showed it. And then he said like, okay, you can take that work. I'll let them know they can't use it. So that was really dumb of them because I basically got all the work we did. I just had to rejig it a little bit. And we were good and we got a great grade. They had to redo it in a week without the information we had given them. And they did horribly. And that's karma. That was a horrible experience. So after that, I left uni. I decided uni's not for me. I've been in school for so long. I don't want to keep studying and doing assignments and tests. Like, that's a nightmare. I want to start working and I want to start making money. I worked as a pharmacist assistant for like years before that and during that, but I was like, I want to make some real money. I don't know if anyone knows this, but pharmacists barely get paid. Like, I make more than pharmacists now, and they have a full uni degree. It's horrible. And then pharmacist assistants, I'm not even kidding. I was 14, to be fair, but when I started, my wage was like $8 an hour. And I was working like long hours at the pharmacy and like 7 days a week. That's that story. Moving on. Oh, no, okay. No, this is what I wrote down. The way I thought I'd be the last person on earth with lash extensions. As you can see, I don't have lash extensions. I had them for, I think, 8 years straight. Like 8 years straight with lash extensions. That's a long time. And I was that girl that was like, when I die, make sure you put my lashes on me. Until recently, and the reason I took them off is money-wise. For like, when I was building the house, I needed money. And also I just wanted to try it. I was like, let me give it a go. I'll probably hate it, but I need to save money. And I ended up liking it. I still like that it looks more natural, but I still liked the baddie effect of the lashes. I've got to say. Like, I liked feeling like a baddie. And like, when I have my lash extensions, daily I was concerned about like, oh my god, how am I going to get my lash extensions done when I'm like 50? Because like Janaea's going to be older. Shout out Janaea, Bad Girl Beauty Services. I was like, she's going to get old one day. Like, how is she going to do my lashes? Like, I was freaking out about that. And now I don't get lashes, so okay. This is just, it's funny seeing the shit I wrote that like, this is what I wanted to share with people. Alright. Like, okay. So the next thing I wrote to talk about is, and I'll just jump straight in. You know how there's things that's like sugar free? Like, Diet Coke and like, I don't know, Red Bull sugar free, that kind of thing. I strongly believe in my bones that that is so much worse for you than non-sugar free. Because sugar free just means there's artificial sweetener instead of like sugar. And I think sugar is better for you than artificial sweetener. That's just my take. It's a similar thing where I believe like, and I used to fake tan. Let me put that out there first. I used to fake tan every week. I don't fake tan anymore. I haven't fake tan in like 3 years. Actually, you know what? The only time I fake tan recently, well, it was like over a year ago now, but it was for the Theo Von concert? Stand-up? It was in the entertainment center. Like, it didn't feel like stand-up. It felt like a concert. This is where I'm getting back on topic. I also think that like the natural sun, like I know you get skin cancer. I know that's a thing. Like, I think naturally tanning is, I'm not going to say better for you, although it gives you vitamin D, so than fake tanning, because you're putting chemicals over your largest organ of your body, your skin. So I'm just like, here's the thing, I'm not judging either way. I don't judge if people have sugar free, I don't judge if people fake tan, any of that shit, but people judge if you don't have sugar free and if you tan in the sun instead of fake tanning. And I'm like, well, I could argue back that I think what I'm doing is healthier. And that's my opinion. And I'm not saying anything about what you're doing, but that's my opinion. And I think we should just let people do what they want to do, because we all have our own opinions, and that's that. And then, yes, there are people that don't do any of these things. They don't drink Red Bull at all. I don't drink Red Bull, by the way. I drink V. People don't drink a soft drink at all, and they don't go in the sun, and they don't fake tan, and blah, blah, blah. Congrats, you're better than all of us. Get a life. So, like, obviously it's better to do neither, but I just feel deeply in my soul that real sugar and real sun is better for you than artificial sweetener and fake tan. Those are just two topics on that, but I really feel that. And again, let me just reiterate that I'm not judging the people that do that. I just, when they judge me, I'm like, I could make the same argument just the other way around. Anyway, I wrote that down to have a rant about, apparently. I wrote down that my year 12 quote in my yearbook was full of myself but still hungry. Do with that what you will. I feel like that helps you get to know me. I wrote down to say which of the girls I love more. This is crazy. No, I know why I wrote that. So it's a long story, but I got Willow first, and then like a year later, not even a year later, I got Harley. They're 7 months apart. At first, Willow was my little angel. Like, I got her in a hard time in my life, and she like helped me through that. So we had a very strong bond. When I wanted a dachshund, the dachshund I saw on the street looked like Harley, and like was really small. Harley was really small when I got her, and like was a chocolate dapple and all that, and like that was the dog I wanted. And then I met Willow, and I just immediately I was like, no, I need her. Like, I could just feel it. And I had met other dachshunds before. I was looking at heaps of them. I'd gone around and met a whole bunch of them. But then when I met Willow, I just knew that was my little girl. And even though she wasn't like the coloring I wanted, and she was like bigger than I thought she was gonna be, I was like, I don't care, like I need her. She's like my soul dog, I feel like they call it. Bit of a change in the story, but I was living in the shed. I feel like there's so much lore, I can't get into it right now. There's things I'm like, I'm not gonna get into that. But basically I was living in the shed, and I was living on the property on my own. My dad and my stepmom had moved, and I think people thought no one was living there. And I was at work, Willow was in the house, she was just a puppy. Well, the shed. And when I say shed, by the way, it's like a granny flat basically. But it was a shed, but it was a granny flat. Anyway, it's very hard to explain. We got broken into. They stole Dad's like longbow and crossbow, and they stole my makeup bag. Like, that's all they stole. Willow got traumatized from that moment, and I think it was obviously men, because she's terrified of men now. And before that she wasn't. I think that's what made her really anxious. She's a very anxious dog. So I got Harley to like give her a friend, you know. I think all dogs should have a friend. I very strongly think you should have 2 dogs instead of 1, unless you can like be home all the time. But like if you can't, it's just so good to get 2 dogs so they can have each other. Like they are best friends. So I got Harley, and she was perfectly what I had wanted when I wanted to get a Dachshund. And I loved her. I didn't feel as strongly for her as I did for Willow. And I felt bad about that. I was like, oh my god, like I love Willow so much, and like I love Harley, but like it's not the same. Like, is this horrible of me? But then Harley's had puppies, and the first time she had puppies, she like let me be there. Like I helped her give birth to them, and in that moment we bonded. We were like, okay, now we're bonded for life. Like when she was giving birth, and then we had all of those moments together every time she gave birth. So then I was like, okay, now I feel like I love Harley more. But now it's even. I just needed to have those moments with both of them, and then now I'm like, wow, they're my children. And also I will say about them, they aren't just like those dogs that just love everyone. You know, like a golden retriever loves everyone, and that's gorgeous, by the way. But I kind of like that my dogs don't like everyone. Like, you gotta work for it a little bit. Like, they're kind of like me, for real. They're like, oh, if you show me respect, I'll show you respect. And I fuck with that. Like, people think that my dogs should just like them straight away because they're a dog. And I think they're more than a dog. I think that if they don't like you, there's probably a reason. And if anyone has anything to say in the comments saying, oh my god, they're just dogs, block. I don't care. Are you ready for the next thing I wrote? This is not a joke. I can beat anyone in Connect 4. And she's right. I can also beat anyone in table tennis. Okay, these are my 3 skills. I said I only had 1 skill, but these are my 3 skills. Knowing the lyrics of every song ever. Connect 4. I can beat anyone's ass in Connect 4. Like, that's so serious. Like, I seriously can. I'm not kidding. I want to just, like, verse everyone so they know. Okay, next is I'm really good at table tennis. I can beat anyone at table tennis. Try me. I had a table tennis table in my house, and Jack and I would play, and he was, like, shocked. When we first met, we'd play a lot, and he was like, damn, like, you're really good. Like, he was really shocked and impressed. And we did a competition of like who could win 100 times first, and I won, obviously. He was pretty close behind. I'll give him that. He learnt from the best, so makes sense. My dad's really good at table tennis, and I beat him. And I beat my brother. If anyone wants to verse me in table tennis, we can make it happen. I think the things I wrote down aren't really about me, it's just like my opinions on things. Most people are hot with different features that make them fucking hell. Some people are stupid. Some people are dumb. Where am I? Okay. I think most people are like attractive with features that make them less attractive but more interesting. You know what I mean? I think if someone's just outright attractive and they don't have any flaws, it's kind of like, it's not as interesting. Like, I think it's better if you're like attractive, but then you have some little interesting things. It's like, it doesn't necessarily look good, but it makes you interesting and unique. Hot take. And that's what I tell myself, so I don't get a nose job. Oh, that's a fact about me. I've wanted a nose job since I can remember. My whole life growing up, I got called Big Nose. Yeah. I don't think I have a big nose, but it's crooked. And you know what? I actually think it's crooked because of my next story time. So when I was 3 years old, my sister and her friend were trying to build a tree house in this massive tree. And they had like thick planks of wood, like thick, double C thick planks of wood. Like, I'm talking like that, and like long. Anyway, they're carrying them up a tree to build a tree house. I'm 3 years old, I'm watching them. I'm going, oh, that looks fun. I'm 3, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know if it was my sister or my friend, obviously accidentally, dropped one of them on me. Is that insane? They were very high up as well. Was not good for little 3-year-old me. I think it hit me on an angle because I've got a scar there and I've got a scar there, and then my nose is like crooked. I think it like smacked my face down like and pushed my nose that way, gave me scars and shit. Shout out Ellie. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, you idiot.
Yeah, so I think that's why my nose is crooked. And I've always wanted a nose job, but like every now and then I'm like, oh, maybe I should just stick to being unique. But I would really like it though. Oh my god, so true. She's so right. Whoever wrote this, she's on one. How are singers not yawning when they sing? Because I be yawning. I yawn so often, especially when I sing. How are these singers, like, on stage, song after song, not yawning? Is that crazy to anyone else, or is that just me? Do I just yawn a lot and no one else does? I don't know, but that's always baffled me. Alright, I put in a little tip for everyone. When I don't know what to eat, I go to the fridge/cupboard and I name everything like if... What? Am I dyslexic? When I don't know what to eat, I go to the fridge/cupboard and name everything like I would if someone asked me what we have to eat. Okay, so like if someone asked me, what do we have to eat? I would like go through my whole pantry and cupboard and like be like, well, I could make that with that, and that could be this meal. I could do this and this, that could be this meal. So when I don't know what I want to eat, I'll just do that and pretend someone asked me, what can we eat? And then I'll be like, well, I could make this. You're welcome. I was going to say as well, like, obviously, as you can see, this room is not set up. This is just one mattress on top of another. It's not a bed. We don't have anything set up in the house, but we're getting there. Okay, random. So, I wrote to talk about my boob story. This is my boob story, everyone. Listen up. When I was younger, I wanted big boobs so badly. Like when I was like probably like 13 or 12 or something, I really wanted big boobs. I was like, that's my destiny. And I would wear bras that were like way too big for me. I was manifesting, and boy did I do a good job. I somehow got some information that mushrooms are good for estrogen production. So I didn't even like mushrooms at the time. I like mushrooms now. But when I was 12, I didn't like mushrooms. Then I was like, you know what? That's my new favorite food, actually. And I'm sorry, but it worked. I've got to say, I kind of manifested that shit. Another thing I wrote down is to talk about, like, people calling people NPCs. I think that's so mean. I'm like, why are you more important than them? You think you're the main character. I see. Which, I understand everyone thinks they're the main character. Like, I think everyone, obviously it's your life and you're living it, and like you see yourself as the main character, like that makes sense. But calling someone else an NPC is not understanding that they're also living their own main character life. She heard the wind move, so she's onto it. Watch out, wind. How are you going to say someone else is an NPC? Like, they have their own life. They're the main character of their story, just because they're not the main character of yours. I don't know, I just wanted to say something about that. No one has ever, like, mistakenly assumed that I'm gay, and I'm really upset about that. Like, I think that means I have no style. I think that means I'm basic. Next. I like nectarines because they're tough and they last a long time. I like that in a fruit. I do like that in a fruit. I've got to say, I kind of ate with that. Like, sometimes I'm all about fruit and then I'm not all of a sudden. And I need a fruit that will last with me through those stages. A nectarine, you can be like, buy 10 of them and then like eat a couple and be like, oh, I don't feel like it for a couple weeks. And then they're still good when you come back to them. I think I'm just going a bit crazy because I can yap and people have to listen to me. Well, they don't. But to those 3 viewers, appreciate you. I think something about me, let me just talk myself up real quick once again. Is that all this video is? I think I'm very adaptable to change, and I think that came from like my parents breaking up, and like I had to move week to week between their houses and all this stuff. It always shocks me how something will change And immediately the new thing is what I feel like I've been doing for my whole life. Like, the first time I realized this was when I started working at the pharmacy. So I would walk from school. It was like a 2.5 kilometer walk. And then once I got there, I would like buy something from the IGA, sit in the back room and eat it for like 15 minutes before my shift started. And I remember the first time I did that, so I'd never done it before. I was looking around the back room and I was thinking, I feel like I've been doing this my whole life. A pet peeve. I just said to say a pet peeve, but I didn't actually write what my pet peeve is. I think like my pet peeve, I guess, is just like not having common sense. Take a minute and think and then do. Like, when people just don't have common sense, I don't know how to explain it. Like, when people don't have common sense, like, how do you not have common sense? Like, that pisses me off. I'm pretty chill though, overall. People born in 1999 and 2000 make that their whole personality. And then those two people end up together and argue about it for the rest of their lives. Jack and I. Song 57. What? You know what I'm gonna say? YouTubers I like, so you can kind of get my vibes. Emma Chamberlain. Love Emma Chamberlain. I'm trying to be Emma Chamberlain so bad. Okay, let's start with like when I was younger, I watched like Zoella and Jenna Marbles and like, you know, like those people. Alfie and that group. Casperly, you know. I've been watching Dylan Is in Trouble for a long time. I like the Walsh family, they're cool. And Italian Batch. I used to watch Cody Ko a lot, but he stopped posting. I won't get into that. I just started watching Trin, I want to say her name is. Lauren Daisy, I think. She does a lot of Pretty Little Liars content. Oh my god, Pretty Little Liars. Mike's Mike. I knew I was forgetting a big one. Mike's Mike. Love. Like the only Australian one, and I forgot. Sorry, Mike. It's Mike.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So those are my YouTubers. So like if you watched them, you would get like what I like. Not that I'm gonna film the same type of stuff as them, but like that's just what I like to consume. The people I want watching my channel are people that get it. You know what I mean? I want everyone that gets it. Like the girls, the gays, I guess the guys. Maybe, but just as long as you get it. But yeah, I just want to like get a good community up in here. My accomplishments are your accomplishments, babe. So that's how I want to be. I think that's all I wanted to say in this video. I just wanted to be a bit of fun, a bit of an intro to me, and just to kick it off, you know. I just wanted to yap to kick it off, and then we'll get into some good stuff. When I just want to boost my mood, I watch someone who I know is always going to be funny and fun, and I want to be that for other people. So that's the goal. I hope everyone enjoys it, and I hope they enjoyed this video, even though it was just me yapping. I really hope we can like be on this journey together and it'll be fun. Let's just have fun. Life's too crazy and like shit. Honestly, is anyone else feeling this? Like life has just been not it. I'm like, I don't know if it's because we're adults now and we have responsibilities, or if it's actually something about the world today, like maybe it's social media, which I guess this is social media, but I feel like it's more of a connection. Like, I don't know, but I just want to bring some light into people's lives. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone who watches. Please comment down below. If you could subscribe and turn those post notifications on, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe and all of the things. I don't know what else there is. I'm new to this. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like the video and turn your post notifications on and comment down below. And yeah, thank you. Love you. The girls say. That's what the girls say. This is my first video. I'm pumped. Let's get it, you know? Sorry, that's probably really loud. My apologies. If I miss anything, that's okay, because I'm sure it'll come up in like videos to come. I'm planning on posting weekly. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in a week. I should sing something to say goodbye. Hello? Why?
Guys, do you have any recommendations? Maybe Lego House. I'm pretty good at that one.
Gotta pick up the pieces and build a Lego house. If things go wrong, we can knock it down. Do. Maybe that'll get copyrighted because I sound exactly like Ed Sheeran. The downsides to having a perfect voice. What can I say?